What's going on, people? Want to do a transfer window roundup and a preseason roundup as well, so just call it like a transfer preseason roundup, I guess. Let's start with the transfers first. I think, again, I'd say the window's been a 6 out of 10. We've done some good business. Gyökeres looks good. Zubimendi, especially in the last game against Bilbao, looks really good. The only problem is, the reason why I'm giving it 6 out of 10, I think we need to definitely make some outgoings now. Fabio Vieira, I think there was some links for him to Stuttgart for about 22 million. I'm not sure if that's euros or pounds. I'm pretty sure it was euros, but I think Arsenal value around 25 million pounds. So we'll see what happens with that. Reece Nelson to Fulham. He was on loan there last season, got injured in the second half of his loan spell. So we'll see what kind of happens with that. Andrea Berta needs to do some magic because it's game week 1 next Sunday, I believe, or Saturday. I can't remember. It's game week 1 next weekend. Going away at Old Trafford, we need to dead without the club, and we need the last couple of bits. I would say I'm pretty confident we're going to get Eze. I'm about, as an Arsenal fan, I think being 60% confident you're going to get a good top player is basically 110% for any other top team. So I'm about 60-70% confident we're going to get Eze, but I think we do need 2 players. I do think we need a left winger and a 10. I mean, my preference, I know a lot of people want Rodrigo, Eze and stuff like that, but that's obviously my preference as well. But I can't see Rodrigo losing Real Madrid at this point. I think he loves the club too much. I don't think he wants to leave. For me, I'd probably go for Eze and Lookman. I think because Lookman is the type of inside forward I want / left winger, and he can play up front like for cup games and stuff. When for me, I'm not really a big fan of Havertz, especially in those cup competitions. He doesn't really show up when needed. But we'll leave the Havertz for now. I'm going to talk about Havertz later. I think the other outgoings, like, I'll be keeping Kivior. Is Calafiori going to be the backup left centre back, and then we have Calafiori and Mascara, and then have him obviously rotate with Lewis Skelly as well, and then get rid of Kivior to kind of balance the books. I think that would make sense, and obviously we need to get rid of Zinchenko as well. And I've heard rumours about Jesus going back to Palmeiras, so outgoings are definitely a big concern for me. And in terms of like the preseason itself, I think the preseason was. I've kind of calmed down a little bit. Obviously, the performance against Spurs paid me off, but we've actually had a pretty hard pre-season. We played Newcastle, we've played AC Milan, we've played Tottenham, and obviously we played Atletico Bilbao. I'm pretty sure they won the Copa del Rey a couple of years ago, or maybe the Super Copa de España. I'm not really sure, but I'm pretty sure they won a trophy recently, so they're a decent team. And they've obviously got Nico Williams and Inaki Williams as well, so they've got decent players. But overall, I think, especially in the last game, I was happy with the performance, fluidity, transition, fast play, central penetration, and I think and there was some obviously standout players. Zubimendi, my gosh, wow. I was complaining about not having a 22-23 Thomas Partey progressive football, but he's looking the real deal. I know it was one game, I'm not going to get too excited, but that performance was. Every time he got the ball, it was like Santi Cazorla-esque, Thomas Partey-esque. It was clean. It was very, very clean. I'm happy with the Zubimendi performance. Saka looked good as well. I know he had his hamstring injury last season, but he looked back to I wouldn't say his very best, but he looked sharp. And he obviously got the goal as well. We need him to perform this season because we need to win a trophy this season. It's needs must. And Noni Madueke, well, I've got to say, I'm calling me surprised coming off the left. He looked good. And not just good, he looked direct, which is something we need. We've not seen from Martinelli, and he was getting some good crosses in. I'm not going to get too excited because, again, I just want a left-sided player. Have him as the backup or someone that can kind of challenge and play in the cup games and stuff like that, and get rid of Martinelli and Trossard. I think Trossard is injured at the moment with a slight niggle, so I think he'll either move on to Brentford or Dortmund. I'm not sure, but I think it's time for Trossard to move on anyway. And obviously, the Glock. What can I say? 2 headers, one obviously hit the inside of the post and came out, but he looks, other than his goals, his movement just got himself about. It just looked, every time he got forward, he was trying to make great runs, and that kind of brings me to my next point, which is Odegaard. That's the Odegaard I want to see, man. If you played Pro Evolution as a kid the same as I did, every single time this guy got the ball, triangle, through ball, through ball, through ball. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see him spinning around like an effing Beyblade and wasting time and then letting the defence get back and then passing out to Saka and not taking responsibility. Do them through balls, man. Ja. But yeah, overall, I'd say good performance. Especially from Calafiori, actually. I want to give Calafiori a bit of a big shout. Other than him losing possession that nearly led to a goal, I think Calafiori had a sorry, something's going on. A good performance. But yeah, overall, I think I was happy with the performance. Obviously, like I said, we need to get the outgoings and we need to get a couple of players incoming. Eze, ideally Lookman as well, if not Leao. But we need a left-sided player and Eze is needed because for me, this is Arteta's penultimate season for me, and he needs to perform and he needs to win silverware. If it's not the Champions League and the Premier League, for me, it's got to be the league and FA Cup double. I didn't wait 6 years and £1 billion to win another FA Cup and be satisfied. It's got to be a league. It's got to be a domestic double, one of the big boys or both. Well, that's it for me, guys. See you in the next one.